behind you here. Still out there. Outside, Bailey. Outside.
Whoa, Kozlowski.
Well, look more. That's Matt Kenseth.
And now, your host for NASCAR 2, Evan Jones.
Oh, goodness, sorry guys. Hey, I just fell asleep like in the last 70-something laps of that Pocono race this week. I'm still so dead of boredom, I guess. I just can't stay awake. But anyway, NASCAR EJ coming to you once again from the NASCAR Tube, and we are here another week closer to the chase. We have 5 races to go. 5 races to go. And we are counting down as it comes, and it's, boy, I can't believe this season has flown by so fast. We're talking about Pocono. Matt Kenseth does win the race. What a race by those guys. And especially the first part. The last part of the race was just really boring until the last 3 laps where Logano runs out of gas with 3 laps to go. And then Kyle Busch runs out of gas looking to make his 4th win in a row. He runs out of gas with coming out of turn 1 and has to coast around, ends up finishing 21st, I believe. So Kyle Busch, man, it was a heartbreaker this week, but he's 13 points away from doing 30th place, making 30th place. And if he makes 30th, he gets into the chase, and we know that's most likely 99.9% whatever that he's going to make that 30th spot. So we look at the points, and I will throw the points right up here or over on this side. It has to be awfully big so you can see it. But we do see that all the guys in the front there in the top have had wins. Now this is not the chase grid point system. It took me a minute to kind of understand this because all of the diagrams you see are from the chase grid, but this is actually from the actual points. Going down to 16th spot, and that was where the cutoff is. If you notice, right below that, 16. And if you see me looking over here, I'm actually over to my. I'm kind of actually looking at the chart, aren't I? But looking at 16th spot, Carl Edwards he has a win, but we're looking at the driver that is on the bubble, and you're going to lose a spot coming up here pretty quick, and it will be Austin Dillon that will be knocked out. Most likely this week, if he ends up being the 30th or the last car in 20th spot right now, he will be knocked out of the top of the last 4 to get in. So Austin Dillon's in a kind of a hard spot right now but he'll fall back to 21st, I guess, if all the points stay the same or whatever. But Kyle Busch looks like he is going to take one of those spots. I guess it's okay to start talking about championship. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's go to the race. This race had a lot of things happen in the first part of it. And it was really kind of it was weird. It was a weird race to say because we had the same situation happen in practice than we did in the race. Jeb Burton hit the pit wall in practice. They come off of turn 3. I almost said turn 4, but there is no turn 4. They come off of turn 3 and they get loose and they head straight for the pit wall. That's a big problem that Pocono has now that I'm seeing. It must have been the aerodynamics, but the cars, I didn't think they changed since the last time we went back in the back a few months ago. So I don't really think that it was aero. I think it was just a coincidence that this happened twice in the same weekend. I've never seen that happen at Pocono. To be that wall's been there before even NASCAR had started racing at Pocono. So it's crazy that actually happened twice. But I'm glad everyone's okay. That was scary when I saw Jeff Burton's hit it. I wasn't watching it live for one, but he hit the wall and there was nobody around there. You saw some people getting away because they didn't know how the wall was going to react. I mean, I would have too. But at the same time, I'm going to start yawning again. It's going to be bad. But at the same time, Jeff Burton did hit the wall farther down towards the end. So, not really, there wasn't a pit stall there to begin with. Going to the Casey Kane incident, I think it was on lap 5 or 4 or 5. He hit a pit stall. And they had helmets sitting on the wall. And the helmets went flying up. When I saw the helmets fly, watching it live, I thought, okay, this ain't good because somebody's going to get hit in the head, of course. But luckily no one did. I was amazed by how far those helmets flew to. One hit the back garage wall or whatever it was in the back. It was crazy to me. I mean, you're throwing a big helmet. I mean, them things are heavy too. But NASCAR, we probably will see some changes to Pocono, the track itself. Most likely extend that pit wall out. That's probably what I'm expecting. Extend that pit wall out. Possibly enter pit road at the beginning of turn 4, maybe. Well, at the beginning of at the end of turn 3. In other words, down towards the back, down towards the turn 3 exit. So that could possibly be a thing. You got the exit roads around the side, drive around roads. That could possibly be a pit entrance, but that's too big of a track to make that. They could start going down pit road in turn 3, entering turn 3, but I don't think the drivers would like that too much. Wouldn't have enough time to get there. But either way, NASCAR will figure that out. That's a big issue that I see this week. Is getting where, and it's just that track is what I'm noticing. Don't think it could happen anywhere else. Excuse me. I'm yawning on the inside. I don't know if you saw it. But looking at the points, it is we do see Austin Dillon is on the bubble this week. So winning the race was Matt Kenseth. Didn't really expect him to win. Dominant cars all day were, of course, Kyle Busch. The Penske cars were dominant. They did well. There's another pit road incident we didn't talk about. Brad Keselowski hit his pit crew. Actually, what happened there was he had a brake adjustment on his car and out on the track, and just he didn't change it back going down pit road and accidentally just ran into his pit crew. So luckily for his Jackman, thank goodness his Jackman's okay. That was a hard hit for him. He hit the car, kind of flipped around and landed on his back. And I couldn't really tell where the jack landed, but I was scared the jack was going to land on top of him. Because I'm telling y'all, those jacks are not light. They are heavy jacks. So seeing that, pit road safety is really going to come out in the next few weeks, I think. Going to Watkins Glen, which they pit on the opposite side, so it's kind of a weird situation there as well. So the pit crew's getting a workout and getting a lot of controversy going on apparently. But loving this race season. Wonderful to see Matt Kenseth get the second win of the season. Kyle Busch, man, I was kind of wishing he would get a fourth win. But couldn't hold that one in, y'all. Sorry. It's late recording this. So, but Kyle Busch did not get the win. I was thinking when Logano ran out of fuel, I thought, man, this is going to be pretty interesting. Kyle Busch is going to win his fourth race, and I could only imagine what. I would think he was going to run out of fuel. I thought they would have had more than one lap. And fuel conservation is tough. I really put that more on the driver than I do the crew chief. This is my opinion, but it's how they drive the car. This is terrible. Okay. This is going to be another weird broadcast this week. But fuel conservation has got to be more on the driver now than on the crew chief or on the crew, because it just doesn't really feed out to exactly what's going on. So seeing that happen and seeing everything else, shifting can hurt the fuel mileage. Anything possible can help that, can hurt that fuel mileage. So really not the greatest way to do this, but the drivers really come in handy when they conserve fuel. Not really the crew chief's decision. The crew chief really can't do that. They can't drive the car. But I hear a lot of people blaming Kyle Busch or really Adam Stevens for running out of gas because he didn't calculate it right. But they were a half a lap away from winning that race. Half a lap away. And everything was right. But Adam Stevens could not control how Kyle Busch was driving that car. So I don't think that Adam Stevens was the problem. I mean, Kyle Busch, I'm not going to blame it on him, but I kind of am at the same time. He didn't really save fuel, but I think he knows that. So anyway, Matt Kenseth wins. Him and Jason Radcliffe get the second win of the season from one of the smallest tracks at Bristol. That is the smallest track to one of the biggest tracks at Pocono. So kind of a diverse situation there. But Joe Gibbs Racing is on top. There's no doubt they've got the most speed. They've got everything going for them right now. Man, it's great that they've got so much going on. Stop yawning. I just had to make myself do that. So crazy to me that everything is turning out to be for Joe Gibbs Racing lately. And it's amazing to me to see Toyota come back on top. Last week at Indianapolis, Toyota actually has won at all NASCAR Sprint Cup sanctioned tracks. I think that's a pretty neat accomplishment for us, for a manufacturer that hadn't been in the sport since 2007. 2007. So, I mean, hey, they've been here less than 10 years and they've already won at every track. So, it's pretty neat there to see that happen. Going on to Watkins Glen, I mean, there's really not much else to say about Pocono. But going on to Watkins Glen, this may be a game changer. And I know a lot of people are going to say they're going to pull for AJ Allmendinger, which is not a bad pick. He could win. I just see this team making a lot of mistakes. And, you know, I still think that he might win if they don't make mistakes. But you see what happened at Sonoma. AJ Allmendinger had a great chance to win at Sonoma. He started on the pole, but could not perform in that race. They had a problem earlier. They had a problem early in the race and just couldn't recover from it. We've seen this happen to Marcus Ambrose when he drove for NASCAR, and the third time he went to Watkins Glen, he got caught in a wreck. It was just a mistake, and really he couldn't control that. But I hope you just don't have problems at a track like that. And the pit crew has a really big responsibility pitting backwards. You're at a bigger track. You've got a lot more against you there, and it's more on the crew as well. And I just don't know. They pulled it off last year, but you know, confidence can be a killer sometimes too. And I know they're confident going in, but we look at drivers like Kyle Busch that would love to get another win. I know Bristol's coming up, but he's won at Watkins Glen twice. There's a good chance for him to win there. Jeff Gordon, you know, otherwise known, sometimes people call him the road course king. He hasn't won a race this year. Still looking for that one win to get him into the chase, and could possibly be his last win in the Cup Series or in NASCAR. Period. You got him. You've got Tony Stewart. This week right here the last 2 years have been terrible for Tony Stewart. August has been terrible months for Tony Stewart the past 2 years. 2013, he broke his leg. 2014, he gets in the accident up in Canada with the boy that gets killed. It's been a terrible month for Tony Stewart. This week, he's going to redeem himself. I think he's going to redeem himself this week. Have a clean week. And I like to see him get a win. Because Tony needs a break. He's just not had a good break since all this happened. He hadn't won it since Dover of 13, I believe. So it's rough on a driver to not get in victory lane after a while. And Martin Truex Jr. could probably tell you that more than anybody. And a lot of the drivers could. A lot of the drivers that hadn't won in a long time. But my panic level for Jeff Gordon is at panic right now. But if he doesn't win this week, it's going to be screaming panic. I mean, but it's a possibility that he does, and he gets into the chase. So, either way, but this week I think Kyle Busch will top that top 30 list this week and get into the chase on that one, on those 4 wins that he has. But thing is, think about it. If he wins, he goes from 30th to the top of the charts because he has 5 wins now. If he wins, he's got 4 now, but if he wins again, he'll have 5 wins, which could potentially put him at first spot. So, pretty amazing to see how that all works. The chase is 5 races away. We've got Watkins Glen, Michigan, Darlington, and then we've got the regular season closer to Richmond. So, really excited to see all this happen. I know I've rambled a lot in this video. Let me talk to you a minute about the green screen. You don't see it behind me. I know we don't have it. We ran into a bad problem. We were hanging it up last night, actually, and getting ready for it. I was going to use it this week, and it ripped. And the last piece of it that I have is right here. That's the only piece I have left. And I've got some more sheets over here too, but not enough to count. But that's the remaining piece of the green screen. That's actually the part that ripped. So it's in the trash now. I kind of got a little mad about it and pitched a temper tantrum. So man. But either way, we're not gonna have that for a while. So don't look forward to a green screen. In other words. So either way, guys, I know there's been a video. I've been rambling a lot. Can't quit yawning. It's crazy this week. So, but we did get the video out, and if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. Always subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's just one of those things you just gotta do. Gotta do it. Follow me on Twitter down here. You can like this video, give it a thumbs up. The little thumbs up icon right down there, I believe is where it is. And what else is there? You can favorite the video. We have playlists where all the videos are put into every week. You can go check those out. Looking to make a new ad here pretty soon, a new channel ad. So look forward to that. And as always, do I have to say it? Have a nice day.